Good morning, fellow YouTubers, fellow Earthlings everywhere on planet Earth. Again, I'm constantly doing these quick update videos. If anyone goes back to the beginning of my channel, I wasn't going to do any more than one video, bloody hell. Just a quick follow-up for a few questions people have asked. Firstly, I'd like to say hello to the retired police officer who left a lovely comment on the multimillionaire one. Totally agree with you. First responders, I couldn't do it. I've actually got a mate who is a fireman and an ambulance driver, and the sights he must see. That was not really the point. And the other thing about the police is I have known some absolutely sterling coppers in my time, and I know they'll be surprised if they're still alive to hear that, and I will name them. One of them was a big hero of mine, Martin Hall. He was a trod the beat in Hove, and he was marvellous, Martin, and he dealt with problems on the street. He hardly ever arrested anybody. He dealt with it and said enough of the nonsense. And he was a big guy, and he was like a teddy bear. I loved him. And Bill Warner. Bill Warner was Detective Constable Bill Warner. If anybody out there knows him, I hope he's still alive, because he was quite a young buck when I knew him. He was an ex-boxer. And again, he was one, no nonsense, deal with a problem, get it sorted. I've known loads of sterling coppers, but I've equally known loads of rubbish coppers, lazy coppers. They're not interested in getting to the truth. They're not interested in getting to the bottom of it. They just make their mind up. You did it. That's it. Blah, blah. And it's over. And the thing is, I suppose people like Bill and Martin, they're few and far between. They're like golden sort of people. If only everyone in the police was like Lieutenant Columbo. I love Columbo. I love him because he doesn't carry a gun. I love him because he's understated. Total assassin. Gets his dude. I know it's an imaginary world. It's idealistic of me to think like that. And when my kids were little, they were interested in joining the police. They said to me, "Oh, Mummy, we won't do that because we know you and Daddy don't like them." And Graham and I said, "Oh, no, join the police. But if you're going to be a copper, be a good copper, like Martin or Bill." Right? So I want to get that straight. Good coppers are my heroes. Lazy, corrupt coppers couldn't be further from the truth. And I'll do a follow-up on how I got out of prison. I think I was actually only in Spanish prison for 29 days. It was either 26 or 29 days. And the way I got out of prison was even more incredible than the way I ended up in prison in the first place in Spain, because I had somebody asking, what was the extradition for? That's a bit of a long story. I'll do that a bit later today, I think. And what were the other things I was going to say? I've seen some long comments about people who've had narcissistic mothers. Incredible stories, things that people have survived. Someone else asked, how do we survive on £6 a year each? Well, honestly, half the time I don't know. But one of the things, as an example, year before last, they get you on the food. You see, a lot of places where you live, it's not your rent, and it's not actually the fuel in your car, although that contributes. It's the food they get you on. You don't realise how much you're spending on food. The extra 10p in a supermarket soon adds up, because you've got to eat all the time. And one of the things, a couple of years ago, we had a Tesco's that opened next door to the Dolphin Safari office. Before that, we were we'd have to get ready-made sandwiches, which obviously a lot more expensive. And we were spending so much money on sandwiches and a bottle of water, £1.50, that sort of thing. When the Tesco's opened, we worked it out at the end of the year that between us, we'd saved £4,000 just on snacks, like lunchtime, dinner time snacks. And also, I'm not putting her name in the title of this because I've said I'm not doing updates, and I've been accused of merching off her name. So she who shall remain nameless, I think most people know, hopefully. I'm just going to call her Wally. She's alive and well. I spoke to her yesterday, and she's going to do a rumble today. I beg of you, Wally, do a rumble. I'm not falling out with Wally at all, but I don't want to hurt her, because there are some fractions apparently on Twitter saying that I earn money from her, or I'm merching off her, or I'm the lawyer, or I'm Emma. So I'm out as far as publicly going, but I'm not going anywhere on YouTube. I'm not going to be driven off YouTube by people like that. So have a great day. And I'll do an update later of how I got out of prison, which I don't know if there's any Daily Mail, because the Daily Mail's a different beast these days to when it was in my day. you know, I'm totally on their side on a lot of things, and I think they're a good newspaper on the whole. I really do. So don't judge the Daily Mail either by what happened in that campsite when they came and took Sammy off. Well, they didn't take Sammy, but they separated us. So don't judge the guys that work at the Daily Mail today, because we're going back now. That was 2002. So 20 years ago. Oh my God. That was 20 years ago. Anyway, I'll see you in the comments.